Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with another live, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day. I'm just chilling at the crib right now, man, feeling extremely blessed. Got my son sleeping in the other room, man. Really don't have any complaints at all, man. I'm gonna let a few people get in the building because we do have some things that need to be discussed in the boxing world today, man. So I'm gonna let a few of y'all get in here, man. Hit the like button as soon as you come in, so we can have the algorithm on the up. You see what I mean? So let's get it on and popping. You feel what I mean? Let me make sure I tell the chat that I'm live and we can get to the boxing talk. You see what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's in the building so far. Shout out to Everything by John. We're going to talk about it, John. Let's get a little bit more people in here before we get to discussing. You feel what I mean? Stop Motion MMA. What's going on? That's my boy right there, man. Old School 868. I rock with Old School, man. I hope you're having a blessed night. You feel what I mean? It's some interesting things in the works right now, man. We definitely going to speak about how Errol Spence may get the opportunity to face Sebastian Fundora next, along with Tim Tszyu versus Virgil Ortiz possibly being in the works. You see what I mean? So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it for sure, man. SM down H9. He says, "You sure Spence is okay to box?" I mean, I don't see why not. You know, I don't see any suspensions on his box record or anything like that. So I don't know exactly why. I don't see why he wouldn't be ready. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, I'm sure he's still looking for a trainer or whatever, because I think at this point it is confirmed that he's no longer with Derek James. So let's see what happens. You know what I mean? It seems like he got a couple of things to, you know, get to before he steps in the boxing ring. You know what I mean? You can't step in without a trainer. You feel what I mean? So let's see what's going on right now. Bud in the car crash effed him up. I mean, we gonna see how. I mean, you could be right. You know what I mean? You definitely could be right. There's only so much your body could take before you start to deteriorate, or like before your body stops responding to what your brain requests. You know what I mean? So let's just wait. You know what I mean? We could be right. We could be wrong. We won't ultimately know until his next fight. And it seems like he has that Sebastian Fundora fight in the bag as of right now. But like I said, we're gonna talk about it. Old School says the boxing news is moving so fast. The face of boxing is Prince Turkey. Yo, Turkey Al Sheik definitely snapping, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. So I'm inclined to agree with you. But the boxing news, yeah. You know, sometimes it be so slow that I don't be really having anything to talk about. Sometimes I just be forcing topics, or I just come up with a topic randomly and just hope that people pay the video some type of attention. But yeah, man, the boxing news is moving extremely fast. I wanted to speak about the Jaron Ennis situation as well. I might actually edit my video title to that. You see what I mean? Let's see. Let's see. It's actually some great news, man. Is it Cody Crowley or Cody Crowley? Let me see real quick. It's Cody Crowley. I was saying his name wrong the entire time. That's crazy. That's crazy. But we definitely got some things to discuss. I've been saying his name wrong this entire time. That's wild. Oh, well, it is what it is. Can't change the past, man. Stop Motion MMA says, if Errol get a title shot, I hope Fundora beats the dog. God damn. Okay, Stop Motion. Okay. Okay, it's Crowley. Thank you, Old School. I appreciate that. SP Odin, Krusty, Beanie. What's going on, man? What's up? What's up? So we got a few people in here, man. We got 10 people in the building, man. Hit the like button. Hit the like button for sure. We got some things that we need to discuss in the sport of boxing. You feel what I mean? We on the road to 2K. You know what I mean? We only I want to say 17 subscribers away from 1.9. You know what I mean? So we definitely on our way for sure. They pronounce it as Crowley. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So I was saying it right. I was just spelling it wrong. All right, cool. I'll take that. You know what I mean? Let's speak on, the Earl Spence situation, man. Now, this is something that I am assuming so far, and this was something that was brought to my attention on my group chat on Instagram, man. And if y'all one of the, guys who's consistently in the chat, chopping it up, let me know. We can add you to this group chat. We're always keeping each other informed of what's going on in the boxing world, you know what I mean? And Michael Benson puts this out right here, man. So you already know how the whole situation is unfolding, man. Sebastian Fundora was a late notice for Tim Tszyu, and he ended up defeating Tim Tszyu. Terrence Crawford was trying to find his way into that fight against Sebastian Fundora. However, Samson Luca has made it clear that, Sebastian Fundora is going through a 6-month medical suspension. He didn't really get into too much details. From what we do know, he had a broken nose. He suffered a broken nose from the Tim Tszyu fight. You know what I mean? So Terrence Crawford, they pretty much got him out of the equation with that. So now it seems like Terrence Crawford is going to fight Madrimov. You know what I mean? Israel Madrimov. Also, Errol Spence was putting his bid in for the fight. He said that he wanted the winner and that he was pretty confident in getting that fight as well. Even went into the ring and, was talking that talk to Sebastian Fundora. You know what I mean? And then there was a lot of speculation that Tim Tszyu may rematch Sebastian Fundora, you know what I mean, later on in the year. But now, according to Michael Benson, man, Michael Benson says Virgil Ortiz versus Tim Tszyu is reportedly being planned for a super welterweight clash on the Terrence Crawford versus Israel Madrimov card on August 3rd in LA. If Ortiz wins this fight versus Thomas Delorme this Saturday, which I completely forgot about, maybe because it's a trash ass fight or whatever. Show also reported to feature Isaac Cruz versus Jose Venezuela, Andy Ruiz versus Gerald Miller, and Leo Santa Cruz versus Abner Mares III. This is all according. His source for this situation was Mike Coppinger. You know what I mean? So Mike Coppinger is a pretty credible source at this point in time. You know what I mean? Sometimes he get it wrong, but he'd be more spot on than not. So this is what Michael Benson has put out there. You know what I mean? And this is a stylistically, this is a fucking bloodbath, bro. This is an action-packed fight right here. This is a pay-per-view caliber fight, if you asking me. That fight does not go 12 rounds at all. Virgil Ortiz, he's been knocking out essentially everybody he's been in the ring with, as far as I'm concerned. Tim Tszyu, he's a big, aggressive puncher as well. And, he looking for all the smoke, man. He ain't looking for no type of tune-ups. He told you guys that he's an old school fighter. And he's going straight into the smoke with Virgil Ortiz. And I think this is Virgil Ortiz, like, first big fight. You know what I'm saying? So very exciting, man. I'm sure Turkey Al-Sheikh has something to do with this, considering the fact that he's putting together that card with Terrence Crawford and Israel Madrimov, man. So shout out to Turkey for getting together with PBC and really making some good fights happen. The only fight I honestly don't like on this card is Leo Santa Cruz versus Abner Mares. I don't know where the fuck this actually came from. I don't know if they just throwing Abner Mares a bone. I don't know what the situation is. I mean, Leo beat the man twice. Well, I mean, how many times do we have to see the same shit? You know what I mean? But regardless, man, salute to Virgil Ortiz and Tim Tszyu if they make this fight happen. So what I'm trying to say is it seems like the opponents are becoming extremely limited for Sebastian Fundora. Terrence Crawford has an opponent. Tim Tszyu seems like he's locking in a fight with an opponent. So who does that leave? Errol Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for that, man. It seems like, Errol Spence is taking a lot of rest right now. And considering the fact that, Sebastian Fundora might not be available till November, December, that lets me know that we probably won't see Errol until then. You know what I mean? I highly doubt that he'll take a fight anytime soon, And I suggested this, you know what I mean? I suggested that he take a long layoff after that Terrence Crawford fight because he accumulated a lot of damage, to be honest with you. You see what I mean? He took a lot of damage. And those type, and his body has went through a lot of trauma in terms of the car accident and all types of shit. You know what I mean? I don't really want to be messy with this situation, but he also has some bad habits outside of boxing that, affects his body as well. You feel me? So he needs to definitely rest. You know what I mean? Really, get his team back together. Cause like I said, it doesn't seem like he's with Derrick James no more. So he has to pick a trainer. You know what I mean? Stay focused, you know what I mean? Really make up in his head exactly what he wants to do and take on this fight with Sebastian Fundora. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, I don't think Errol Spence is deserving of a fight with Sebastian Fundora at this point. I think that he needs to bounce back and redeem himself, like Terrence Crawford said. But regardless, man, if they fight, I'm gonna definitely be tuned in because I think that's a great stylistic matchup as well. I would love to see how Errol Spence would approach him being a big body puncher, you know what I mean, and being a come forward aggressive fighter, how he would, go up against somebody like Sebastian Fundora, who has a long ass reach and has a lot of height. And since the Tim Tszyu fight has made the adjustments necessary where he has the ability to fight tall. And he puts out a lot of punches as well. You know what I mean? Errol Spence is a high volume puncher. Sebastian Fundora has shown to be a high volume puncher as well. So that makes for a great, exciting, action packed fight. You know what I mean? So it seems like Errol Spence is the only man left in this situation, and it might be something that he'll take advantage of. So be on the lookout for that, man. Y'all heard this from Mazuma TV. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guys in the group chat for making a great point and me coming to the realization that they may very well be right. You know what I mean? I think Anonymous said this. You know what I mean? So shout out to him for bringing up a great point and giving me something to talk about on this live. He says two inactive motherfuckers fighting. I think you referred to Leo Santa Cruz and Abner Mars. That's exactly what it is. For sure, for sure. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much what's going on with that, man. You know what I mean? Tim Tszyu versus Virgil Ortiz is a fucking banger, bro. That's an amazing fight. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I would really love to see that. If Virgil Ortiz is able to beat Tim Tszyu, stop him. Whatever the situation is, the next fight has to be for a world title, hands down, no debating. You know what I mean? But this is ultimately like the first big fight for Virgil Ortiz, because let's look through his box rec, man. You know what I mean? Let's see if I'm tripping or not. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't know who's the best opponent that Virgil Ortiz has fought to this day. He's currently 20-0. Let me share my screen for y'all so I could give you some sort of transparency. You know what I mean? The man is 20-0, all by knockout. So this man has a 100% knockout ratio, currently ranked number 2 in the world at super welterweight and 2 in the country at super welterweight. I'm assuming Jermell Charlo is still number 1. But let's look through like his resume. He got some dudes with some solid records. You know what I mean? Maurice Hooker. That's a former world champion right there at 140 pounds. Igis Kaviaskis, Green Machine, Mean Machine. You know what I mean? That's probably his best win in my opinion so far. Michael McKinson, I wasn't too familiar with who he is, but he has a pretty solid record. Samuel Vargas, I believe Errol Spence fought him in the past. Brad Solomon. Yeah, Mauricio Herrera, who had that controversial loss to Danny Garcia and stuff like that. His resume definitely lacks depth, but at the same time, he is a young fighter. You know what I mean? He's 26 years old, so he's about the same age as myself. So, it's about that time, man. You know what I mean? I definitely think Kaviaskis is the best name on his resume as of right now. You know what I mean? So, and it seems like y'all agreeing with me as well. So, I think this is a completely different situation than Mean Machine. You know what I mean? Old school say you never seen Ortiz fight. Yeah, Ortiz is a big puncher. He applies a lot of pressure, and that man has a fucking motor on him, bro. That boy do not get tired. You know what I mean? And I understand why he don't get tired, because I remember him doing an interview back in the day, a few years back before he had the health issues, and that man said that he spars every day. He spars every day on his James Tony Chavez Sr. shit. Nigga spar every day. So if you spar 12 rounds or however many rounds every day in camp, I mean, you're gonna get adjusted to those rounds, and it's gonna get to the point where those rounds become relatively easy to get through. You know what I'm saying? So he got a hell of a gas tank on him. I ain't gonna lie to you. So he's in it for a hell of a fight against Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu, he's coming off of a loss, but in all honesty, I think the cut played a major part in that, and he had a terrible cut man. Because I think if he had a cut man that really knew what the fuck he was doing, I think that he could have done enough to, come out victorious against Fundora. That's just my opinion. I think a cut played that much of a factor. You know what I mean? I do think that he did some things wrong, game plan wise, staying outside and not being able to close the gap against Fundora. But maybe, you know what I mean, the cut really hindered his ability to see and maybe just distracted him in a way, because I'm sure he's never went through anything like that. So regardless, this is what Michael Benson is saying. This was reported by Mike Coppinger. Let me read it back for y'all who are just getting in the building, man. It says Virgil Ortiz versus Tim Tszyu is reportedly being planned for a super welterweight clash on the Terrence Crawford versus Israel Madrimov card August 3rd in LA. If Ortiz wins this fight versus Thomas Delorme this Saturday, show also reported to feature Isaac Cruz versus Jose Venezuela, Andy Ruiz versus Gerald Miller, and Leo Santa Cruz versus Abner Mares 3. You see what I mean? Like I said earlier, the only fight I don't like on that card is Leo Santa Cruz versus Abner Mares 3. Don't nobody want to see that shit. Maybe they trying to help them guys out because they've been on the shelf for a pretty long time. The Stranger, what up? What up? What's going on? Silks Bando says Ortiz by ninth round KO. Watch. Ooh, he stopped Tim Zoo, man. That's a fucking statement, man. And that man need a world title shot ASAP. Somebody got to step up and fight that man. Why not see? I mean, this is all hypothetical. You know what I mean? We don't know if he's gonna actually defeat Tim Zoo, but let's say he does. Uh, wouldn't it be a hell of a fight to see Virgil Ortiz versus Jermell Charlo in Texas? Two Texas fighters. Virgil Ortiz is from Grand Prairie. Jermell Charlo is from Houston, Texas. Why not? That's a hell of a fight. Hell of a fight. You know what I mean? But it seems like Jermell is trying to intervene in the WBA situation. You know what I mean? With Madrimov and shit like that. So we'll have to wait to see what's going on. You know what I mean? SP says they must really need a bag if they getting off the rocking chair to fight each other. That's what I'm saying. I know Abner Mares. I don't know. Abner Mares probably getting a little nice bag, commentating and stuff like that. I'm sure it ain't boxing money, but I'm sure he getting. If he lived below his means and shit like that, he should be all right. But Leo Santa Cruz, I think he's only fought one time since he got knocked out by Tank. So I mean, he gotta get back in the mix. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on with these dudes, man. He had plenty enough rest off of that Tank knockout. He should be all right by now. I think he fought Carvajal after Tank and defeated him. So he need to get back in the mix ASAP, especially if he want to get another world title run. Ralph says, in my opinion, the last time Earl has looked sharp to me was against Lamont Peterson. He had other good performances after against Ugas Mikey Danny, but he's too inactive. I mean, that Lamont Peterson performance was absolutely amazing. The way that, the aggression, the punching power, the accuracy, how he was coming around Lamont Peterson's guard, the angles that he took afterwards, man, he just outclassed Lamont Peterson. And Lamont Peterson was an elite fighter for a long time. You know what I mean? He was a relevant fighter from 40 to 47 for a long time. I mean, there's some people that think Lamont beat Danny. You know what I mean? So the way he was able to, neutralize Lamont and punish him was crazy. And Earl looked up to Lamont growing up. So, you know what I mean? That was a crazy passing of the torch. I'm not gonna say passing of the torch because Lamont wasn't at the top, but it's crazy how things come full circle where, you I'm not gonna say idolize, but you're a fan of a man at one point, and all of a sudden you in the ring beating on him is kind of crazy. Some Larry Holmes Ali type situation. You feel me? Andy Ruiz coming back to fight Big Baby Miller. You heard that? Yeah, I actually just mentioned that right now in this post I just read. Andy Ruiz versus Gerald Miller is one of the fights that's supposed to be on that August 3rd card in LA. And I think that if Gerald Miller is in top shape, you know what I mean? Andy Ruiz is on his shit. That's a hell of a fight stylistically as well. You know what I mean? Gerald Miller, he got stopped in his last bout against Daniel Dubois. But I think that I'm gonna really chalk that up to him being underprepared. You know what I mean? He's a fat dude. He probably was extremely out of shape and inactive, and he had to prepare for a top heavyweight within 3 weeks' time. That wasn't enough time. We've seen that Jaron Miller had trouble regaining his second win. You know what I'm saying? Look at this dude right here. There's a reason you ain't got a girl, champ. I'm just letting you know. Okay. And there's a reason why you on my channel eating dick. You feel me? What the fuck I need a shade? I mean, let's get him the fuck up out of here, please. Smack him with that wrench, y'all. Do what y'all do. I mean, get him up out of here. Dude is a weirdo. Dude is a super weirdo. You know what I mean? Y'all niggas need to shave some pounds off of y'all girlfriends. That's what y'all need to do. You know what I mean? Shave your grandma mustache, nigga. Fuck you talking about. But anyway, uh motivated Andy. Motivated Andy should get Miller up out of there. Yeah, yeah. Should Miller join forces with Elvis Tobler? Who's Elvis Tobler? Is that Regis Prograde strength and conditioning coach. Is that who you're referring to? I'm not sure exactly who that is. Devin gonna run it back. I don't know if he's gonna do that exactly. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's gonna do that. I heard Bill Haney talking about Devin Haney gonna take a break. You know what I mean? Uh, I don't know. I don't know. Uh, I'm sure he got that Sandor Martin mandatory still because he's still the WBC champion. I would have thought the belt would have been vacant. Uh, ain't no way you could ever pull a girl. But won't you give me your bitch Instagram and show her a picture of me and you ask me if she think I'm cute or not. And watch how her face get when she see me. That'll answer your question. You know what I'm saying? Bunch of trolls in this bitch. Yeah, it's gonna be a wrench type of day, man. Be on top of y'all wrenches, y'all. You feel me? Um, you know, it seems like he got that Sandor Martin mandatory to, fulfill. So it is what it is, man. I think that's what's next for Devin. I don't think he's running it back. What's more interesting to me is what Ryan Garcia is going to do next because he making it seem like he can't make 40. So is he going to make his welterweight debut? Is he going to be sneaking up in Boots Waters? You know what I'm saying? We going to have to see what's up. We're going to have to see what's up, man. He talking about Isaac Cruz, but if you can't make 140 and Isaac Cruz just moved up to 140, you going to fight him at a catch weight? Like, what we doing? You know what I mean? Because that's not really, you know what I mean? I don't understand that. SP says, I got Andy cooking Miller. I think it's exciting for however long it lasts. I think it's an exciting fight. I mean, Jaron Miller is an exciting fighter. The belt's probably gonna be vacated. He's not gonna be able to fill that mandatory. He probably won't be able to within that time frame, which is interesting. But I'm sure the WBC, man, you know how the WBC do, man. They probably give him an extension or something. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised at all if they get him in an extension. Trust me, they ain't in no rush to, have Sandor Martin fight for their title. Trust me. They're not in no rush. Who would you think they'd rather have keep the belt, Devin or Sandor Martin? You know what I'm saying? Ryan Dad says he only doing cash weight fights. He don't care about belts. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. Fuck weight classes done, right? Goofy shit. Yeah, he gonna be bringing 135s and 40s up to 143. Ain't that some shit? Can't make this shit up nowadays. But yeah, man, like I said, bro, Errol Spence look like he about to creep into that Sebastian Fundora situation, and it seems like that's what's next with Sebastian Fundora later on this year. So just be on the lookout for that. You know what I mean? Errol Spence getting an opportunity coming off of the worst performance of his career, man. You cannot make this shit up. It seems like the people who lose in boxing happen to be the ones who get these opportunities. You know what I mean? It's like you get rewarded for losing them. Amongst the elite in boxing. You feel what I mean? Let's move on. Let's see exactly what else was going on. Oh yeah, shout out to my boy Jaron Boots Ennis, man. He definitely making some moves happen early since signing with Matchroom, you know what I mean? Keeping his name relevant. And Eddie Hearn told you guys the next move for Jaron Ennis is to face his mandatory. And his mandatory happens to be Cody Crowley. Now, I've had a lot of criticism about Cody Crowley. I'm sure he's seen one of my videos of me calling him a duck or whatever. It is what it is, man. I'm standing on my square. I ain't budging. I'm standing on business when it comes to that because he has a history of avoiding Jaron Ennis. You know what I mean? Bozy Ennis told you guys 300K they offered him, man. He turned it down. You know what I mean? He put in a petition to be the mandatory for the IBF. Meanwhile, he's trying to do a WBC final eliminator over here. This dude has been all over the place, man, looking for every single scenario possible to avoid Jaron Ennis. But according to Michael Benson, again, shout out to the boy, man. There was a purse bid that took place today between Jaron Ennis and Cody Crowley. And Michael Benson reveals the purse bid results, man. It seems like Eddie Hearn got the advantage over TGB. You know what I mean? Eddie Hearn put up $3.9 million. Meanwhile, TGB put up $2 million. You know what I mean? So he pretty much doubled their bag. You know what I mean? So that lets you know that Eddie Hearn wanted the rights to this fight very bad. You know what I mean? He didn't want PBC to have the rights to this fight at all, and he took advantage. You see what I mean? So it seems like Eddie Hearn has bought the fight for $3.9 million. And according to Michael Benson, the purse split is going to be 85-15. 85-15, man. That's crazy. You don't really see purse bids. You don't really see splits like that often. 80-15 per split means Ennis will get 3.315 million and Crowley will get 585,000. Fight targeted for July in Philadelphia, man. That definitely made me excited right there, man. I love that last line. You know what I mean? Me being from North Philadelphia, man. Eddie Hearn told you guys that he was planning to make Jaron Ennis, you know what I mean, a hometown star. How else are you going to be able to do? How are you going to be able to do that? By consistently having fights in your hometown or around your hometown. You know what I mean? And he made it clear that he wants to see Boots fight at the Wells Fargo Center where the 76ers play at. And that's an absolutely phenomenal idea, man. I would love to see Eddie Hearn even get some local Philadelphia fighters on his card, whether they sign with him or not. Give these guys some opportunities, man, because, you know, there's a lot of fighters within the Philadelphia area that actually sell a lot of tickets. You feel what I mean? So I would love to see this shit, man. Hopefully they able to get in Philadelphia. Hopefully they come up with a date that's possible for July. And we get to see a hometown fight for Jaron Ennis because I've been to every hometown fight that Boots has had so far in his career. You know what I mean? I think the last one that he had in Philadelphia was probably against Raymond Serrano. I was there for that one, and that was an absolute massacre. You know what I mean? That was a fight that was on Showtime and shit like that. But ever since then, he's just been moving around, you know, being a part of some great cards and stuff like that. I think the closest he's fought in Philly lately was like Atlantic City and stuff or something like that, which is not too far from Philly, but it ain't Philly. You know what I mean? So it's an amazing news. I guess Cody Crowley got more bread than what he was previously offered, so I guess it worked out for him. He went from 300,000 to pretty much almost doubling up. Again, 585. So, you know what I mean? He got his little half a mil and some change. So hopefully, you know what I mean, Cody Crowley don't back out of this situation like he's done in the past and you know, fight that man in Philadelphia. But from what I've been hearing, Cody Crowley, his team, I don't know exactly who it is, they're not really satisfied with fighting in Philadelphia for some reason. They have a problem with fighting in Philadelphia. So, you know, that's what I've been hearing. You know what I mean? That's what I've been hearing in phone calls that I've been a part of and shit like that. So I really hope that we make our presence known when he does fight in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? For you wanting to avoid the city, you gonna feel our motherfucking presence, nigga. Believe that. You're gonna be mad as hell the whole time you hear it just because you wanted to disregard Philadelphia so bad. We gonna make sure we on your ass the whole time. Pause. You feel me? And if I see you, I say something to you. And if you feel away, nigga, if you feel away, why don't you do something about it? I bet you won't make it to your fight. You know what I'm saying? I bet you won't make it to your fight, but I ain't gonna do Boots dirty like that. I'm gonna let him take care of your nut ass. You feel me? What? Man, get him up out of here, bro. Get him up out of here, please. Wrenches. Get him up out of here, man. They could fight in Jupiter. He still get slept. That's a fact. You know what I mean? Boost. I just love that Boost is getting this opportunity, man, because it seemed like he's been avoided for a long time. He wasn't getting the treatment that I felt like he deserved. You know what I'm saying? Uh and he's starting his things are starting to fall in place for him, man. That's why I said this was a great move by John Ennis with signing with Matchroom. It just made sense. You know what I'm saying? No, I know who that dude was, bro. That was a troll. That was a troll, SP. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. I seen that picture before. I know exactly who he's impersonating. I know who that is. But shout out to the 30 people that's in the building, man. Let's get the like button popping. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the like button popping for sure, for sure. We got how many likes we got? We got 15 likes, man. We got 30 people in the building, man. Let's double up and get 30 likes, man. Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping, man. I appreciate everybody that's in here showing love to the channel. You know what I mean? Um, that's pretty much what's going on with Jaron Ennis and Cody Crowley. So it looks like that's the next fight for him. And it seems like he's fighting pretty soon, man. July is not that far away. It's not that far away. So I hope Boots has a great camp. I hope Cody Crowley has a great camp. You know what I mean? And these guys put on the best fight possible because if it's in Philly, you know what I mean? Um, we don't expect the minimum. You know what I mean? We want to see motherfuckers go all out and put on a great performance. You know what I mean? If we put our money up to see this fight, I hope it's a situation where I can get some of my pros on that undercard. I'm not gonna say I, but we. Hopefully, we. You know, me, my father, everybody else is able to get the opportunities necessary to fight on that card, man. Shit, if I could get in there for free, why not? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So that'll be dope. Cody did everything he could not to fight him, just to fight in Philly anyway. That's a fact. That's a fact. Ain't that some shit? Ain't it crazy how shit work out sometimes? You try to avoid shit, but no matter what you do, you just gonna have to face the shit that you don't like. You know what I mean? That applies to anybody. That applies to anything in life. Sometimes you gotta go through some shit you don't fuck with in order to get to where you want to go. You know what I mean? You want to get this bankroll, nigga? You know what I mean? Look. Are you 4'11"? This shit is hilarious. Yo, you know, Southpaw been saying I'm 4'11", bro. That's actually fucking hilarious. There's people that's actually like, yo, this motherfucker is 4'11". Yo, I'm really 4'11". The fact that y'all believe that shit is fucking hilarious, bro. I'm pretty sure me and Southpaw are the same height. Like, I'm pretty confident we the same height. So that's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Cody has to accept first. Yeah, we know that. You know what I mean? That's why I was saying. Hopefully he accepts it and he doesn't back off of the block. You know what I mean? Because we seen Frank Martin and Shakur go to a purse bid, and Frank Martin and his team walked away from it shortly afterwards. So let's see what's up. I don't see how Cody Crowley turns this down. Where else are you going to get $585,000? $585,000, more than $500,000. Where else are you going to get that type of payday at in the welterweight division? You're not wanted like that. You're not a star. You know what I mean? You're not really you're not really in any fights that are heavily demanded by the boxing fans. Where are you going to get that type of payday at? There's nowhere else other than Jaron Ennis. You're not getting a Crowley fight. You're not getting a Spence fight. You ain't getting no lucrative fights outside of Jaron Ennis. You might as well take that money, my brother. You ain't getting no more than that. And you don't know if you'll ever see that type of bag again a day in your life. So you might as well take the chance, my brother. If you still rock with that nigga, then you could just go over there, bro. I spoke on this situation so many times, man. I'm not speaking on that no more. Bro, they obsessed with me, bro. Like, it's crazy. I never seen somebody who have that many, like, I never seen a big channel be so worried about a little channel. You know what I mean? Like, why you so worried about me? It's cause, you know what I mean? Like, I'm on his mind, bro. I'm living in his head rent free. Like, he's very concerned about me. Ever since I told that man that I got family in Chicago, bro, he been skitting. He's a very paranoid, scary dude. You know what I'm saying? So, he fear me. That's why he doing everything he can to tell himself that, I'm not intimidating. I'm 4'11". No, I got health issues. Okay. Okay. It sound good. But wouldn't it be some shit if this motherfucker that's allegedly 4'11" and has health issues beats the dog shit out of you on camera in front of all your people? Wouldn't that be some shit? Because that's very likely to happen. And I told him already. I went on his channel and I commented on his page and I said, yo, 20K, I beat the dog shit out you. Let's do it. You know what I mean? Crickets. Crickets for sure. Yeah, bro. He talks about me consistently, and it's like he's like I'm on his mind. You just gotta pay attention to little shit, bro. If you hear somebody talk about something enough, it's because it's heavy on their mind. He's very intimidated by me, bro. He's very concerned about me. I don't know why you keep talking about I'm 3,000 miles away. If I'm 3,000 miles away, why am I on your mind so much? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, bro. I don't really know what to say about that. Yeah, they keep bringing, bro. You know what I mean? How we giving it up right now, man? This is for my wrenches, my niggas that's in here, man. Anybody who continue to bring him up, man, we just gonna get him up out of here because that's not what we here for. You know what I mean? It's not relevant. You know what I mean? It's irrelevant because at the end of the day, we here to talk about boxing. You know what I mean? Everybody that's in here, we boxing fans. You ain't rocking with it. You gravitate more towards drama. This ain't the channel for you, my brother. You know what I mean? I respond to shit here and there. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I'm bound to do that sometimes, but I've been quiet for a while. Bro, this ain't the first, like, he's been doing this for months now. You know what I mean? People be sending me screen recordings of what he's saying and shit that he's been saying about me. And this man has a whole group of people on his platform that constantly bring me up because, for one, they love drama, they gravitate towards negativity, and they want to see motherfuckers fight. They want to see people, go at it with each other for their entertainment. And I ain't here to tap dance for nobody. I ain't here to, you know what I mean, put on a show for nobody. I ain't with all that shit. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But I tell you what, I put on a show. If the money right, you know what I mean? If the money right, I put on a show. He don't ever talk about that. I'm sure he's seen that message multiple times. He don't ever talk about that. So keep talking about the height. Keep talking about the health issues. You know what I mean? You bringing up the moms and shit like that, bro. And bro, bring up whatever you want. You ain't never gonna talk about putting some bread up to rumble me. That's all I know. Yeah, I mean, we could do whatever size gloves, whatever location, whatever, whatever. Don't matter. And that's all my son. The stranger says, Yo, Mark, do you provide private consultation on upcoming pro films? I have a friend who's putting in work but doesn't know exactly what to do networking wise. Oh, what do you mean, pro films? What do you mean by that? Like, are you making a movie on pro boxing, documentary? Like, what we talking about? That sounds pretty intriguing to me. You know what I mean? That might be something that's more down my pop avenue, my father's avenue. You know what I'm saying? But that sounds pretty intriguing to me. That's interesting. You gotta let me know exactly what you're talking about, man. If you see my social media on here or whatever, man, hit me up and we can chop it up about it. Yeah, he can't beat me, man. He can't beat me. He gonna blame it on his age. Silks Bando said, "Do you think Tio will stop Matias if they fight?" I don't know. I don't know if that. I don't know if if Tio is capable of stopping Matias. I love to see it though. I think that Matias could pose a lot of problems for Tiafimo because Tiafimo the type dude that like to plant his feet and time people. You know what I mean, and shit like that. Um, Subriel has some type of defensive responsibility. He has a chin on him, and he likes to push people going backwards, and he has very heavy hands. You know what I mean? And that's a fight that Matias could look good in, and there's also a fight that Tiafimo. This is a fight that Tiafimo could look good against Matias, but he could also look very bad. You know what I mean? It all depends on certain circumstances that I can't really call right now in terms of who's stronger. You know what I mean? Who had the better camp? You know what I mean? It's shit like that. Tiafimo could shine against Matias, but he could also be in a lot of trouble against Matias. So, you know what I mean? It's a 50-50 thing for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. If the money, like I said, if the money right, I do it. I ain't about to be fighting for free for people entertainment and shit like that. Let's put some money up. Let's put some money up. Let's get it. Cause I'm the right one. I ain't none of them dudes that be boxing in LA Fitness, Planet Fitness. You know what I'm saying? I ain't one of these, boxing YouTube channels that, they you know what I mean, they be punching heavy bags and you could tell they never threw a punch in their life. No, I'm the right one. You feel me? But he ain't gonna do nothing, bro. He just gonna keep talking. You know what I mean? He just gonna keep talking. He ain't about to fuck up his reputation, man. He on the road to 100K subscribers. He ain't trying to fuck that up because if it was a situation where we box, you know what I mean? I know what's gonna happen. Like I know it. I've fucked up dudes that was way sharper than him. I tell you this: if I was to whoop his ass, that fan base is not gonna fuck with Southpaw no more. You know what I mean? A lot of these dudes rock with him because he got jokes, he entertaining or whatever, but they stuck on this fact that this dude is some type of boxer or he could fight and shit like that. if I was to box him and destroy him, that would really ruin his reputation. People wouldn't take him serious no more. You feel what I mean? So, uh, you he don't want to fuck his brand up. He don't want to fuck his reputation up. He want to keep that money coming. So, you know what I mean? Let him keep talking. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, the more you talk about me, the more relevant I am. What you gonna do is build intrigue within your fans to come over and see me, and they fuck around and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm sure has happened multiple times already. You feel me? So it is what it is. Y'all talking crazy. He said, "You checking for the NOA Neri fight?" Of course I am. Ever since that Stephen Fulton fight, man, I've been really watching Naiwa anyway, man. He's very impressive. I do think he was getting a little bit too much props in the beginning because I thought his resume wasn't that great. But when I seen how the way he neutralized Stephen Fulton, who's an amazing fighter, bro. I've watched Stephen Fulton come up since the amateurs. So to see him get neutralized like that and just made it look easy, man. Uh, you know, I gained a whole newfound respect, you know, for Nayua anyway. He nasty, bro. That boy is he's a fucking the monster. That nickname is the perfect name for him. That's exactly what he is. The speed, the athleticism, the explosiveness, the power, the accuracy. Um, Heavy hand, both his hands heavy, bro. Like he's intelligent. You can just see that everything he does is calculated, bro. He's nasty, man. Nasty fighter. It's gonna be hard to beat him, especially in those smaller weight classes. Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing that could really hurt him is if he continues to move up in weight and go up against bigger guys. That's the only thing I really see being an issue for him. But in terms of like 118, 122 type shit, bro, they not fucking with him down there, man. That should be too easy. His biggest challenge would be bigger dudes that could absorb bigger shots. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It was shocking. Anyway, out jabbing Fulton. Bro, Fulton cannot get his jab off, bro. He couldn't establish his offense. Nothing, man. It just seemed like Nayua anyway was like 8 steps ahead of this man every time um they got in an exchange or anything like that. It was like anyway had he figured out before the bell rung. Like it was crazy. It looked as if like Nayua anyway fought this man before. He knew every move he was gonna do. He knew, bro. It was insane. It was insane, bro. I was shocked watching that, and I'm not shocked much because I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of shit happen in boxing. I've seen upsets. I've seen people lose that I thought was gonna win. Typical shit. This was like one of very few times where I was shocked, like as the fight was happening, because I'm like, bro, why the fuck is this shit looking like Fulton don't belong in there with him? And that was anyways first fight at that weight. You know what I mean? Malik says he wants to end his career at 126, and I don't see anyone there beating him. Shushu would be interesting, but he needs a belt under his name to get a shot. Shushu is very inexperienced to be in position to face Nayuan anyway at this point. I think by the time Shushu, gains that experience and is ready for that world title shot against or just being amongst the elite, I think Nayuan anyway would probably already be on his way out. So I don't know if that's something that will be realistic anytime soon. But Shushu he nasty, but he still got some growing to do. He still got some developing to do as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to throw him in too early. That could really mess up the trajectory of his career. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get tickets for the Naiwa Neri fight at the Tokyo Dome, but it's sold out. See that, and that's exactly why NUA stays over there. Why the fuck would he go fight in the States? Because there was a lot of people complaining that he don't fight in the States. Bro, if you running up that bag all crazy in your home country, and you capable of bringing everybody over there and cashing them out, cashing yourself out, and still being a big attraction, making upon millions and millions of whatever currency there is over there, there's no need to go anywhere else. Who's a great example? Um, Like Cambosis, he's fought several fights in Australia already. He fought Devin back to back in Australia. He's about to fight Cambosis in Australia. It's obviously because it works. I'm sure he does great numbers over there. He sells out. He does his thing. They generate a lot of revenue. You know what I mean? There's some people that just got the recipe outside the States. They don't need to come over here. It is what it is. Over Robesi Ramirez would be a hell of a fight. I'm a big fan of Robesi Ramirez. I was upset he lost his last fight. Silks Bando says Hitchens lucky about that Ryan fight. People forgot about his performance. Yo, that definitely overshadowed Richardson's performance, though. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of forgot about that shit. That's a great point. Yeah, us Americans be thinking everything revolves around the US. That's a fact, bro. And that's the reason why a lot of countries don't like us. You know what I'm saying? Because we put our nose in everybody's fucking business. We were worried about everything except ourselves. And you know what I mean? We try to interview into anything that's going on, bro. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like Anthony Joshua, he don't need to fight. I mean, he's been fighting in Saudi Arabia lately because of the bag, but prior to that, he only fought one fight in the US. Why? Because he didn't need the US in order to get them big bags. That man was selling out the O2 and the Wembley and all that shit, bro. He don't need to come to the US. For what? For what? He not really known over here, but he fucking known over there, over here, over in the UK. He a superstar. So of course, the guy NUA, the guy NUA unified with before Fulton. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. Shit, let me see his name. Yeah, I watched that fight though. He battered him. Was it Butler? I think his name was like Paul. For some reason, I'm thinking Butler. Let me check real quick. Yeah, he walked him down and beat him up, man. You could tell Butler. I think that's his name. Butler was trying to hold on. Yeah, Paul Butler. Yeah, Paul Butler was trying to. Oh, okay, I pointed it out. Yeah, Malik. Yeah. Paul Butler, man. Paul Butler was trying to survive, man, but he couldn't deal with that hot shit that Anyway was putting on him. And Anyway was cutting off that ring effectively and was landing some great body shots. That's how you know the accuracy crazy, man. Like if somebody could hold their hands up, bro, and they still able to get them little shots around the elbow and shit like that, that's very hard to do. You know what I mean? Punching in between people's guard, bro, that's very difficult to do. It takes a certain amount of, you know how much practice you need to get in order to land those shots in between the guard or coming around the elbows and shit like that. That takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of time of perfecting your craft in order to land those type of shots. Man, he beat Paul Butler into submission. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, he's pretty well rounded, man. I respect that man. Bam got a fight in July, two decent fights in the summer. Yeah, he fighting Gallo Estrada, I believe, which is a great fight, man. But I rock with Bam heavy. Y'all know that's one of my favorite fighters in the boxing world right now. So, you know what I mean? I'm rocking with that boy 1,000%. You know what I mean? Shout out to Bam Rodriguez. Hopefully we could get him on the channel, when the opportunity presents itself. You know what I mean? But what else is going on in the boxing world, man? Because it seems like Turkey Al Sheik really getting some shit popping out here. You know what I mean? Let's check what's going on. Ryan Garcia has been putting out some crazy statements as well, man. This lets me know that the dude definitely do got mental health issues. It was just, you know, at the same time, he used it in a way to promote his fights. He's been saying some crazy shit. And Ryan Garcia keeps talking about the possibility of fighting Sean O'Malley. So, I mean, if that fight were to happen, that'd be insane. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, he'd take a page out of Floyd Mayweather book and get a little easy check off O'Malley. But he said we have a little bit of talk with Sean O'Malley for a boxing match, and there's another opportunity to fight in August. The Saudis are going to place an event in LA in August. I could fight Isaac Cruz there. Oh, wow. I didn't even read that. So wow. Okay. So it seems like Ryan Garcia is getting in tune with the Saudis. And he's been calling for Pitbull. Him and his father been calling for Pitbull. So it seems like that's an opportunity he may get in LA in August on that Terrence Crawford undercard. But from what I've seen in the reports, man, it seems like Rayo Venezuela is going to take over that shot. You know what I mean? I don't think that really seems realistic. But if Ryan Garcia is able to finesse that fight from Rayo Venezuela, Pitbull Cruz versus Ryan Garcia would be nuts. I ain't gonna lie to you. The stranger said, "Didn't Ryan duck Pitbull?" I don't even know what happened with that situation, bro. I'm not even gonna sit here and act like he did duck him. I don't know what happened, bro. I'm gonna have to do my research on that. I know that they was both talking back and forth and shit like that, but I didn't see anything really come about. Um, like a fight, like an offer being presented or a contract being presented. I ain't see nothing like that. But what I do know is Isaac Cruz took that fight away from Pitbull from Ryan, that Rolly Romero fight. He took that Rolly Romero fight away from Ryan. I know that. I got a world title. Yeah, old school. That's the thing too, man. It's like you talking about you can't make 140. Isaac Cruz is already an undersized 40 as it is. You're gonna bring him up an additional 5 pounds. He only got one fight at 140. He talking about he want to go back down. Which is why he's looking to fight guys like Rayo Venezuela, because these guys are 135-pound fighters. You know what I mean? So that don't really make sense to me, man. It's like if you can't make 140, bro, you need to stop worrying about fighting 135s that's trying to move up to 140. That it's not a good look, man. What you gonna go against the grain and come in overweight against Pitbull too? So you could come in 160 against Pitbull and man. That don't make sense at all. I don't like that fight. You know what I mean? I don't really rate the Rayo Venezuela fight that crazy neither, but the Ryan Garcia fight versus Isaac Cruz at what, 145-pound catch weight, like Oscar said. Nah, man. Nah, not at all. How about Ryan Garcia move up to 147 and fight a legit 147-pound fighter? Why not? You act like you say you talking to them Saudis. They got some 47s that you could get in the mix with. Shout out to my boy Ralph. He says Ryan is hypocritical though. If he does that, he complained about Tank doing what he did, but he's looking to make guys move up in weight to fight him. Yeah, he's complaining about how he got weight drained and shit like that. And what you're doing now is uh you putting guys in weight classes they don't belong in just to take advantage of them because you're simply a way bigger fighter than them. Yo, old school, that's crazy because it was on my mind. I just didn't speak it out loud. He said Ryan versus Barrios would be good. That would be a good fight. That's a winnable fight for Ryan. But at the same time, if he ain't on his P's and Q's, Barrios can whoop that ass. So that's a good job. It's a winnable job for him at 147. Because I love Barrios. I love his offense and shit like that. But he does have a lot of holes defensively that Ryan Garcia could take advantage of. And Ryan Garcia got a pretty heavy left hook. So, if he lands that flush on Barrios, it could be a short night. If Ryan talking with the Arabs, they gonna make him fight a legit fighter. They not throwing money at bullshit fights. J Cash, that's a fact. That's a fact. Like I said, the only bullshit fight I've seen the Saudis come up with so far is the fucking Leo and Abner Mares fight. I hope that's not true, bro. Don't nobody want to see that shit, man. And I wonder how this will turn out with Javante Davis, because Javante Davis been talking greasy about them Saudis. You know what I mean? He says that he feels a way about them because they offered him, they was trying to get him to fight Devin Haney and shit like that. So I wonder, how that will go if they start working with PBC heavy. You know what I mean? Would Javante change his mind and want to do work with the Saudis? I don't see why not, bro. Javante care about the bag. He's a prize fighter. Why don't you go and see what type of prizes they offering over there at the Saudis? You know what I mean? You claim you not, I don't know what the situation is, but you claiming you not with Mayweather Promotions not no more. You your own man. Go ahead and make your own moves. Go make your own moves, bro. But I guess we're gonna have to wait and see, you know what I mean, after the Frank Martin fight, because that's been solidified, that's ready to go. You know what I mean? So uh he should fight Spence now, and he got Derrick James in his corner. That'd be crazy. That would be crazy as hell. That'd be a tense build up for sure. That'd be a tense build up for sure. But for some reason, Ryan Garcia trying to get that Fundora fight. You know what I mean? He want that Fundora fight or Pitbull Cruz. So let's see which one he ends up running into. Yeah, he was acting like, you know what I mean? He was acting like he would fight Jaron Ennis, bro. He ain't fighting no fucking Jaron Ennis, man. He ain't that crazy. He fought Devin because he seen something in him where he felt like he couldn't be hurt by him. You see what I mean? With Boots, you gonna get hurt by that man. And you ain't hitting him with that dumbass left hook. I guarantee you that. You ain't hitting him with that shit. I promise you, you're not hitting him with that shit. You know what I'm saying? You will get brutalized, punched on, and stopped. Boots will stop Ryan with the quickness. You know what I mean? The stranger said, I'm surprised the lizard ass Ellaby hasn't slid in the Saudi circle. Because, I know the business. You know? Yeah, okay. You know the business. Ain't do shit for boxing since fucking Mayweather retired. You know what I mean? That wasn't a tank fight. Everybody that you done signed, they done left your ass. Jalil Hackett just left Mayweather Promotions. You know what I mean? This motherfucker always want to sit down and talk about people business and how he knows the numbers. Meanwhile, he can't even fucking keep a prospect in his stable. Ain't that some shit? So we just added to the motherfucking list. Y'all didn't even know that Savannah Marshall was signed with Mayweather Promotions. Y'all didn't know that. I ain't know that at all, did y'all? Savannah Marshall, the one who just fought Clarissa Shields not too long ago. That big ass white girl that beat Clarissa in the amateurs. She was signed with Mayweather Promotions. She left him. Got a better deal. I think she with Matchroom. I forgot exactly who she with. But regardless, she there. Richardson Hitchens was signed with Mayweather Promotions. He left them. Got a better deal. Now Jalil Hackett. Jalil Hackett. The kid that I was just asking about not too long ago. I'm like, yo, what's going on with Jalil Hackett, man? Why he not fighting? You feel me? All of a sudden, he not with Mayweather no more. Do y'all see the pattern? Leonard Ellaby talk about how much he know the business, and you know what I mean. He knows how the numbers work, and he makes the biggest. They make the biggest fights, bro. Y'all can't even keep a fucking prospect happy. Y'all sitting here talking like y'all top motherfuckers, bro. Y'all niggas wouldn't be shit if Al Heyman wasn't a part of y'all plan, man. Keep it 1,000. Keep it 1,000, bro. Stop it. J Cash says Mayweather Promotions is the bad boy Cadillac record of boxing. They be giving out bad deals and shelf and talent. That's a fact. I even heard about, I ain't gonna really speak too much on it, but I heard about shit where they like, they try to give you managers that, you know what I mean, who ain't really managers. They giving out fake contracts and all types of shit, bro. I've been hearing this type shit for a minute now, bro. Who ain't really managers? They giving. You feel me? So it's funny, man. It's funny. Floyd only care about himself. Yeah, Floyd too arrogant, man. Floyd too arrogant to promote another fighter before himself. He's so infatuated with himself. You know what I mean? He's so obsessed with himself that it hurts his pride to, promote somebody else. You know what I mean? He got to talk about himself. Do y'all ever see this man do interviews or, you know what I mean, where he's supposed to be sitting there promoting another fighter? Bro, it's Mayweather Promotions. You are Mayweather. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be promoting this guy who's fighting on your card, who essentially you're making money off of, but you can't go 5 minutes without talking about yourself. I remember times where he was like, "Oh, I didn't think I needed to." He literally, this is a Mayweather Promotions card, bro. A Mayweather Promotions card. He gets on stage. He was like, "I didn't think I would have to do this anymore." Motherfucker, you're the promoter. Get the fuck on stage and be the fucking promoter, man, and promote this fight and get people intrigued into watching this fight. That's ultimately your job. Get your talent's name out there. Make them niggas stars. That's what you're supposed to do. You over here talking about, oh, I didn't know I had to do this anymore. Acting like you don't love attention, man. Floyd, you love attention, nigga. Who you fronting on? You thrive off of that. You live for that shit, bro. Stop acting like you don't care about the love that you receive from boxing fans, man. That's why you constantly doing exhibitions. It's more than just the money. You want to be that nigga so bad. You want to be in front of the camera so bad. You love the spotlight so bad that it gets in the way of you being potentially the best promoter in boxing. You know how fucking big Mayweather Promotions would have been if this man was able to separate his ego from his promoting skills? Yeah, Silks. Floyd still call himself the face of boxing to this day. Bro, no, you're not, bro. We don't talk about you no more. We talking about Bud. We talking about fucking Tyson Fury. We talking about Usyk. We talking about Bivol, Better Beef. We talking about Boots. We talking about Errol still. We talk Canelo, Tank. We Haney, Ryan. Bro, ain't nobody talking about you no more. Ain't nobody talking about you no more, bro. I promise you that. We mentioned you like, yeah, he was great. You know what I mean? He was the best of his era type shit. We bring you up when we compare you to new up and coming fighters because you a GOAT. We understand that. But you think we still calling you the face of boxing? Nah, bro. Boxing has moved on without you. And you hate that these other guys are shining, which is why you've been going out of your way to, hurt other people's career, trying to set up other people for failure, man. Devin Haney looked up to you, man. That shit is wrong, dog. Regardless of how you feel about that man's father, bro, Devin Haney is the one that's fighting in there. Devin Haney looked up to you, man, since he was a baby. Since he was a baby, he trained with your father and everything. You know what I mean? He idolized you. And in the biggest fight of his career that he ultimately came up short in, you played a part in trying to sabotage that man. That snake shit, bro. That snake shit. And I know people that's been extremely close with Floyd that have been in my gym recently that spoke about their displeasures with you, man. How you're a snake. You're not a good person. Great fighter, not a great person. And I hear this consistently. Personality wise, he cool. You know what I mean? He's a nice guy. When in first impression, he good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great fighter. We cannot deny that. Character though, you flawed, my brother. But that's all right. Not everybody perfect. You know what I mean? But your reputation kind of shitty out here in these streets. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, Silks. I remember being a kid, just being young and ignorant, not knowing no better, man. I used to laugh at that shit. I was like, oh no, look, they arguing. But you know what I mean? Now I'm a father. You know what I mean? Now I'm a father. And even before I was a father, man, when I started to become a young man, when I was, I'm still a young man, of course, but you get what I mean. Like when I was coming up into my adulthood, I look back at that video and I'm like, yo, that's pretty disgusting, man. I mean, like I could never talk to my father like that. Me and him don't argue anyways. You know what I mean? We disagree on shit sometimes, but overall we don't argue. We never got like that ever. Ever. Since me and my father been with me my whole life. Never ever talked to my father like that. And I've never, put on a show to disrespect that man like that. You know what I mean? But now that Floyd Sr., they say he's struggling with dementia and all that shit, just like Roger Mayweather did. Now all of a sudden, you know what I mean? He loved his father and he giving his father all his flowers and shit like that. He ain't started giving Floyd Sr. his credit till, Roger Mayweather got sick. You know what I mean? That's when he started showing Floyd Sr. love, which is crazy to me. You know what I mean? And let's not talk about how, Jeff Mayweather, your uncle, was your manager and you kicked him to the curb. You know what I mean? Kicked him out. You kicked your own uncle to the curb, who was who played his part in you, coming up. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't even know that. Jeff Mayweather was your manager, bro. You feel me? So yeah. Floyd Mayweather, great fighter, not really a good person. You know what I mean? But now that it seems like, his family's, unfortunately falling apart with all these unfortunate, situations where they're passing away and shit. Now he wants to give them their flowers, you know. But it is what it is, bro. Some people don't know what they have until, it starts slipping away from them. That's happened to me before. I'm sure it's happened to you before. And I guess it ain't no different for Floyd, man. You feel me? So, shit, yo, health is wealth. You messy for that. Said that video was corny. People was in there laughing at Floyd doing what he did to his father. Yeah, that shit not funny at all, bro. That ain't funny at all. That man is a big reason why you're as successful as you are because he showed you your purpose at a young age. He showed you what your calling was at a young age. You didn't have to, find out what your purpose was in your 30s or your 20s, bro. You knew what you ultimately wanted to do with your life when you were a baby. And you don't got nobody to thank but Floyd Sr. for that. He showed you the way. You know what I mean? He taught you the skills necessary in order to become who you were. You know what I mean? Now Roger, he played his part as well. You know what I mean? But in terms of, building you up since a baby, that was all Floyd Sr. You know what I mean? And Oscar De La Hoya said to this day, Floyd Sr. the best trainer he's ever had. And you disrespected that man and act like he had nothing to do with you coming out successful, or the reason why you act like he didn't play a part in you becoming the most skilled fighter, you know what I mean, in the world at one point in time. You was pound for pound number one for I don't know how long. You know what I'm saying? They saying that Leonard Ellaby look like a fake Ronald Osley. That's crazy. Said that nigga look like Osley, brother. Yeah, Leonard Ellaby ain't gonna check Floyd. Floyd cut his checks. He ain't gonna check him. If he checked Floyd and Floyd get mad, you know what I mean? Them lights gonna turn off at his crib, man. You can't afford to do that. Ellaby always been a yes man to Floyd. Always. For multiple decades already. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I done went in on Floyd Mayweather enough, man. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my live for the day, man. I chopped it up with y'all for an hour and some change, man. I spoke about Errol Spence, you know what I mean, being the most likely opponent for Sebastian Fundora, along with Jaron Ennis, set to fight Cody Crowley in Philly in July, man. You know what I mean? It seems like that's what's going to be taking place. And it seems like Turkey Al Sheik is getting some things popping with Tim Tszyu versus Virgil Ortiz, man. So it's some great things that's going on in the sport of boxing. And I'm just grateful to be on this platform speaking with y'all about it. You know what I mean? But y'all hit the like button. Y'all share this video because, YouTube be hating on me. You know what I'm saying? They don't be putting my videos on these people home pages and shit like that. That's why the subscribers been a little bit short. You know what I mean? But share the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're new to this video right now, you want to stay in touch with what's going on in the boxing world and just have some great overall boxing talk, look no further. You know what I mean? But this is Mazuma TV. Y'all have a great, beautiful night. I'm out of here, man. Peace.